Hey guys, this is Tiger with Nachos Pop Shop, and I just wanted to make a quick video because we just received our submission from Beckett. So I wanted to show you guys basically what we got as far as grades. And in the last, second to last maybe video, I did break down what I was paying for the grading fees, the cards, and basically what I was expecting on the worst case scenario. And since then, a couple days ago, I did update basically the prices and the breakdown on how much I'm up or down, because you'll find out in this video based on those grading plays. So let's get to it and open this. Let's see. Here's the most awaited FedEx package. I've been waiting for it all day, and they finally dropped it off. So here, let's see, I think they've been doing something different, because last time I did get this box, let's see, with this like actual branding on it, and I know they didn't used to do that, and now it says worth the wait, which, I mean, grading cards are always worth the wait, unless you have to wait a year like PSA does nowadays. But yeah, this is kind of new. It seems like they're trying to like show the brand a little more. This one's called The Next Era of Beckett, Build on Trust. This is kind of like a little note, it seems like, from the general manager. I've never seen this. This is the first time. I know they updated also their slabs to look a little bit different. So there's just a little bit. I know PSA give us magazines every month, and sometimes they'll do collabs with different TCGs and you'll get a promo. The latest one I actually received was this one, which was Magic of the Gathering. You can see it here, a little clearer. But yeah, that was the last collab. But I mean, it's interesting to see that they're doing that. I know they usually didn't have any branding, but let's go ahead and open it. And I'll show you the new slab, because I did get one of my cards coming back. This is one that I had show you before, and this one is an SCR from Masters. So this one we did buy raw for $700, and right now this one is going for $1,400. There's some a little bit more listed higher price, but yeah, this is basically a $1,400 card. And this is the new slab. So and then it has like a QR code now, so you can like check it out. A pretty beautiful card. So let's open this, and I'll also show you guys a breakdown on basically what the numbers are at to where we stand. So here's part of the branding I was telling you about. Beckett, ready for the reveal. I mean, I already know the grades, but in this batch I also sent 2 cards to be reviewed for black labels, and it didn't show me any grades in the system other than 0. So I believe that means that they didn't get upgraded to black label. So I mean, that was the expectation, but everything else should be just as normal. So here it is. Yeah, the box is all basically dark. So let's open this. And just so you know, we got pretty much a really great return. Let's see. So here's the notes. I'll put those to the side. And then this, I'm not sure what that means, but might be from the ones that I did the black label review. But basically they had 9.5 on surface, so I thought it was worth a try. Obviously expecting nothing, but if we got a black label, that would have been nice. But yeah, so here it is. So this one is one that I had sent to get revised, because he had got a 9.5 service. I'm not sure if they give you anything. I mean, I never seen. This is the first time I've done it. So here it is. Actually, that is interesting. That is cool. So they mark where the surface problem was. So you can see it's in the front and around here. The bag is clean, so they just tell you where it was. And I'm trying to see if I can take a look and see myself, but it is really hard to see unless you're looking at a microscope or something like that. And here's the other one the other one, they also put the reference, and it's just down here. This is, if I'm not mistaken, these are, yeah, these are the old labels. So they didn't do anything to the actual card. And this is one thing that I'll say, like, I criticize Beckett for. Like, see how their printed label for the grade slides from one side to the other. So you kind of like have to move it. And like I never really had to do that, but so it's like it is just kind of crazy that these big companies have to do that. Like they all have problems. It's just like at some point it's just which one is the one that you prefer the most. But yeah, here's the card. Trying to see if I can change the lighting so it's not right on it. But yeah, this is a beautiful card. I still like the cards, but at least I know where the surface problem was, so that way I know. But these are still 10, so still beautiful cards. So these are actually not being counted into the equation of how we did with the grading, just because these ones, I mean, like I said, it was just like a shot in the dark. If they got black labels, I mean, they would go up like 4 times the price or more. So it was just worth it to try and do that. So here's the stack of what we sent. This one is another one of these. This one got a 9.5 centering. It's a Japanese copy. Here's another one of these same ones, but it is the English copy. This one got a 10 as well. This one got a 10 and 9.5 surface. This one's also a beautiful card in person. This one, sadly, got a 9.5. Got a 9 on corners, 10 surface, 10 edges, 9.5 centering. I love this card. It's from the Manga Booster 02. I really wanted a 10, but I might just keep one of these. This other one also got a 9.5. So I might either just keep one, sell them, and buy a 10 copy. And then this one, if you've been following my Instagram, I had purchased one of these for $500 maybe like 2 months ago. I sold it for $999 on eBay, and this one I bought raw for $150. And yeah, I just got another 10. These ones are really low pop. There's barely any. There's a championship cards. So yeah, we got a 10 on that one. This one's super hard to find. There's only one black label that is posted on eBay for $10,000, and there's no other cards that I've seen. I think there's like 20 something in a 10, and that's it. This one's also another championship card. It's a beautiful card. So this one I'm probably going to keep because there's not many out there. So I think, and also it kind of goes with this. So I think these are pretty cool to collect, and I think they'll even go higher in the future, most likely. So these ones are, and these are also, if you don't know Dragon Ball, or if you do, this is one of the first villains that is like a major like villain. This is where Goku turns into Super Saiyan 1. And then this one is also iconic because this is when the arc when you see Super Saiyan 2 for Goku, Vegeta, and you also see Gohan, Kid Gohan, go into Super Saiyan 2 and goes crazy. So these are just two iconic characters, and the fact that they're stamped and they're low pop is just something that for me is the perfect recipe to keep and hold, and maybe in the future sell it or trade it for a lot more, even though I'm already up on this. This one's also another one that I sent. I was actually not going to send it, and at the end I saw the grading prices, the graded copy prices, so I was like, sure, I'll send it, and it got a 10 as well. We got a 9.5 centering. And then here's another Gohan English one. We also got a 9.5 centering, and everything else a 10. So we're pretty close to getting a black label on some of these. Basically just one 9.5 in centering or something else. And this one's 9.5, so the art is just beautiful. But now I'm going to show you the numbers of basically where we're at. So let's take a look. So here in this spreadsheet, and I'm looking to my left just because I have it there. I had highlight what I was expecting to be at the somewhat worst case scenario, basically. And I think I updated some numbers here after my last video, but basically this is what I updated. Here I even put the date on the 20, so 2 days ago. And this one's like the Frieza promo, the one that is really low pop, and there's only one black label listed in the 10. For 10,000. This one, the latest sales that I've seen, they're for 400 to 690, and that includes like, I don't know, like a PSA 10 or like CGC 10 and things like that. But Beckett, there's none out there. So that one, I put it as like value at $600, just because even the raw is 400. So at this point, I'm pretty sure if the last volt were 690, I think it is fair to just ask for 600, which I think is valued a lot more just because the population is really, really low. Like it's like 20 something only in a 10. And it's also a championship promo card, so you have to actually play the game and the tournaments to get to obtain one of them. The Vegito, that one is going for like, last sale was 445. I just did 400 as the value, so even a little bit less. But you can see, so even if you were to add the 45 and the 90 that I didn't take, that would be like $130 more that I'm not counting. Then the manga boosters, these are the two that got the 9.5s. These ones are going for about $300 raw. So I just put the raw copy as a price, but I think it can be a little bit more. You can technically say it's $350 each or something like that. So again, I'm taking another $100 off from my expectation. And also with these ones too, like for example, if I really wanted to track them and send them to PSA, most likely they'll get a PSA 10, because Beckett 9.5s are really, really tough. And most of the time they cross over to a PSA 10 or even a tag 10, not a pristine tag, but like you can cross them over if you really wanted to. I just don't think I want to crack them and pay another grading fee. And I really want a 10, so I think I can just sell these two for 600 and get a 10 copy if I really want it. But I might also just keep one of these because I paid pretty cheap, as you can see, for the actual prices of the cards. 118, 90 grading fees, and this 90, I actually paid 80 for the grading fees, but I threw an extra $10 on top for each one just to cover basically like the shipping fees and there and back and any other things that I might have missed. So basically there's an extra 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's an extra 90 here too. So if you really wanted to be really strict, you could argue that there's like here an extra $200 and more here too that I'm like just leaving on the table with my assessment, because I'm trying to be just a little bit more easy, I guess, or not super like, oh, this is like the highest. I'm still going a little bit below with the comps. And where were we? Oh yeah, so these ones I value them at 300 each. The last raw sales were 300 and 301. Then this Gogeta Dual Evolution, I think that's this one. That one is going for around 350. So that one I just took it like that, 350. I really like the card too, but I have to decide which ones I'm gonna sell, which ones I'm gonna keep, because I still have another small batch with Beckett that is coming back in 5 weeks, and that was a lot more PC related cards. And then here you have 1, 2, 3, the 3 Gohans, and it's weird because the Japanese, there's barely any. I think there was only one, and they're all selling like around the same price. I see the lowest listings around $750, so I did take $50 off, $700 for each. And basically, like I was saying here, the last few sales were 600 to 699, 600 to 700. So these ones also were a lot of them PSA 10s, which are a little bit valued a little bit less than Beckett in the Dragon Ball community. Like for Beckett 10, since it's harder to get grade 10s, those usually have an extra premium. And it's the same thing with Pokemon cards too for Beckett. Beckett 10 is just like, it's a really, really good copy of a clean card. It's almost perfect basically at that point. And obviously you'll have some instances where there might be a little bit of things, but not as much as what you see with PSA basically. And then this promo does the sell promo. So I did $750, even though I sold mine for $9.99. I just saw the range of the last sales and I just did $750. So I'm already a little bit lower than comps, but to recap, basically I spent $1,000, $1,041 with just the raw cards, and the grading fees I spent $110. So in total I spent $1,851 for the raw cards and the grading fees. And the value of the cards now, even with me taking a little bit of money off the table there, it's 4.8. So at $4,800. And that comes to a profit or value, if I was to sell them, of $2,949. And that would be pretty much more than 100% my money. So like at this point, there's like a lot of things here that I can sell and keep other things for free. And we can even see, like, for example, I'll try to show you guys what I usually do to find cards to grade. I usually go to a set like that, like Dragon Ball Fusion, and then I'll just narrow it down to like cards. And basically this is where I see, like, for example, this Sleepy Goku, there's only one listing now at $9.99. And if we go to eBay, even at that point, there's not a ton left. And I have one at Beckett right now getting graded. If it gets a 10, this is kind of like the price that we're looking at. And when I got my copy, it was around $550. And I traded some Pokemon stuff to a vendor. So I was already up on my Pokemon stuff. So I paid probably like $350 at the time for my raw copy. And I paid the 9 weeks turnaround with Beckett because it was going to be a personal collection copy. So I'm basically in it for like maybe $400 at most. And if it gets a 10, it's already at 2.2. And so even the 9.5 is kind of like what people are asking. I'm trying to see if there's any option to see the sold copies. See, even the sold copies right now, they're selling over 1,000. This is like a weird sell. This seems a little weird for it to be. Oh, that's 2025. That's crazy, the difference of how much things were back then. But if you look, and I think, see, even April, 1,650 for a PSA 10 copy. But basically, I always go to TCG Player just to see how many copies are available out there. Like, there's other cards too that I have that there's not a ton of. Like, I'm trying to think what else I have at Beckett right now that is grading. Let's see. Oh, this is my card. Also, update on this card, just so you know. This one is one that I bought earlier in the year for $500. And look at the prices now. PSA 10 sold June 13 for $8,000. A 9.5 sold for $3.7. A raw copy earlier June, $3.5. Then on May 31st, almost $4,000. So I did pretty good with that copy. I think there's barely any also nowadays. Let's see. Oh, I'm still unsold. Yeah, this one, see, like, I mean, this one's because I don't think they're trying to sell until someone gets to that point, and I think they probably believe that. This one is Japanese and it's for 13, but like 9.5 look $7,000. Another 10 for 22. This one is always been there like that. I don't think they want to sell it. But if you scroll down, that's pretty much what's available out there. So like at the moment, I'm just keeping my raw copy and just letting it run to see how far it gets. I still have it. I'll show it to you here on the small camera. But basically we're up a lot with this submission. Is great. So basically I turn 1.8 into almost 3K of profit even after the expenses, but it's basically 1.8 to 4.8 in value in total, which I mean, it is just a great submission after all. And I'm obviously super happy because I love these cards too as well. I usually, what I grade is also things I like. So even if there's, for example, with Pokemon or Dragon Ball, if there's a card that might grade for a ton of money, I don't usually just go out and buy it if I don't really like the Pokemon. I usually try to get things that I like. So here's the card that I was telling you guys about. This one won 10 because it has kind of like a little corner. Let me see if I can show you. It's probably not noticeable in the camera, but basically there's like a little white corner, so it's not going to get a 10. I think we'll get probably a 9.5. I'm still debating on where I want to send it. I mean, the card is beautiful, so I want it graded, encapsulated basically, but I'm still debating. I mean, I do like the gold coloring, so I'm like thinking Beckett would look good, but I know Tag also looks nice. And PSA, I'm not sure. I think that's kind of like my last option. Now that I have these, basically I will sell my extras because I have also, at this point, I have 4 of these Gohans in 10. So I'm gonna sell a bunch of those extras. I will sell this one as well. I think when I bought it was like 120. This one I bought it for like 70 or 80, I don't remember. It's on the spreadsheet, but this one's a cool card too, but these are not specifically for PC, so I'm going to sell those. And I have a few cards too already. If maybe I talked about them in the last few videos, but to send to get graded. This one is the Green Ninja from the new Chaos Rising. This one I paid $345, and this one in the 10 goes for like, I think it was like 1.4 or something. So like, those are the type of risks I like to take. The ones that if you get something, it's gonna almost double or triple or more in price or value. But I mean, the card is beautiful. And then I have the 2 Latias. This one's 2. They're going for like almost 300 nowadays, so it's not too bad. And then now I have accumulated 5 of these Psyducks to send to get graded. Yeah, I love this Psyduck. And I think at this point it's like 120, but I was getting most of them for like 90 and 95. So these ones I'm still debating because even right now, if you get a Beckett 10, let's see, I'll show you guys on the actual screen just so you see. But the Psyduck Ascended Heroes Beckett. This one in a 10, and this one is actually still going right now. There's an hour and a half left. This one's still going for a 10, 1,329. And then the 9.5s are going for around 500. See, even 650. Even the 9 right now, the 9 is going for 229. And I paid 90 to 95 on most of mine. And there was one that I paid 110, I believe. So I mean, it's one of those things that even if you pay the $80 grading fee for Beckett, which is 3 weeks, 15 business days, you would still be breaking even to get if you got a 9. But if you got a 9.5, then you're basically at $500. So I think I do like those type of plays. See, this one's 110. So there's cards out there that you can find to grade. Tags are also going for like 600. See, even the PSA 9, 185. But I believe that these ones, if I was to send them to PSA, they will get all 10s. My only thing is like I don't want to wait that long to get a 10. I want to basically send them, get my money back fast so I can buy other things and keep the money flowing basically. I was trying to think. Yeah, so basically here's also how I'll give you guys a quick little how I find cards that I want to grade. I usually go to this page called Arizona TCG, and then I go to Card Finder, and look at the Pokemon sets. And this place shows me all of the different sets from every era. So, and I did this before too when I started grading. So basically I would go through each set to see what cards I liked that I wanted to grade. So like this one obviously is the top hit. These ones I do like, and even, for example, you see the prices. I think these prices are actually still good for these cards. I think they can easily be 30 bucks. Same thing with this. Same thing with this one. This one's like super cheap. This one, same thing. I just don't really like the art, to be honest. So that's why I haven't purchased it. But I did purchase, I'm trying to see if I find. I did purchase another Pokemon card recently. I'm trying to find that. Oh yeah, I did purchase this this Clefairy. Let me show you. Oh, here you go. I did purchase this one just because I think it's a really nice art, and I think can definitely go up. And it's also a clean copy, but I'm not going to send it right now just because it doesn't make sense. Just grading is really expensive, so it doesn't make sense to me. But basically that's what I do, and then just basically keep going. Like I send the heroes. This one, I mean, obviously everything's really expensive, but if you notice, like this Psyduck for the grading value that you get if you get a 10, it's just like a no-brainer. This one's, I'm not sure, they're probably like 250, 300, but that one just makes sense to me, and I actually really like the art, so I would love to own a PSA 10 or a Beckett 10, you know, even a 9.5 to be honest. This one is another one that I'm looking to grade, the Clefairy EX. This one, I believe it goes to for a pretty penny. Let's see. So that one's 200 right now. And let's see, a PSA 10, PSA 20. That'll be crazy. But see, these ones are going for like almost $500. So you pay 200 for the rock card, and let's say 80 for the grading fee in Beckett, and this is just like PSA 10 right now, 630. So you'll be like at 280, basically 300, but you can double the value of your collection or your money or whatever you want to call it. This one's also one that I think is a little bit undervalued. Not the Japanese, I mean the English one, but yeah, this is one card that I'm looking to grade as well. But anyways, this is basically what I wanted to show you guys, because it is kind of crazy if you really think about it, to like spend $1,800 for rock cards and the grading fees and just turn them into $4,800 of value. And that's even me going a little bit below of some of the last sale prices. And even if I wanted to, for example, just sell all of these things at 80% to a vendor, which a lot of vendors would just jump on it right now and like buy it right away. If I was to do that 80% for all of these cards, I would still get $3,840. And if I take out that $1,800 I spent on like the grading fees and the cards, I would still be up $1,040. I mean $2,040, sorry. So $2,040 of profit after only spending 1.8. That is crazy. That's basically that's double your money in that situation. And it's just like kind of like grading is still the way, I mean not the only way, but it's still one of the, I don't want to say the easiest, because you still have to find gradable copies, you know, take the risk of paying the grading fee to get the cards graded. But it is, at least for me, one of my favorite ways to grow a collection is to get a graded card, I mean a rock card, graded, and turn it into 2 or 3 times the value, sell it, trade it, and move things around like that. Now it's just like, it is more fun that way, you know, instead of just spending your entire money just on your collection. You can play around with what's going on with the market and basically buy, sell, grade, trade, you know. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I'm trying to make a video where I actually show you guys like some of the cards that I'm picking up. So for example, like I don't know, 5 cards that I'm buying right now to grade, and kind of like show you guys what is something that I see like a good play. It's just like how I did it with the side dog. I think when I did the side dog video a few videos ago, the side dog was really at $90, and I was like at 120 all the time for the most part. So like even within like a couple of weeks, things change. So I'm trying to find some cards that I really want to grade, and just like, or that I'm looking for, that I think are good plays, so you guys can also make those plays if you guys want to. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.